Well, it's 24th of September 2021, and before I know it, the dahlia season's almost over, and I haven't really had a chance to go through these and do any videos for you. What with judging Wisley and going up to Scotland, and then having an involvement at the Harrogate Flower Show at Newby Hall last week. Seem to have spent more time away from the nursery than on it this year. But here we go. Just thought I'd have a quick run through of the Fims. All a bit late for me this year, so I struggled to get on benches at both Wisley and at Harrogate, although I did make it at Harrogate, but just not with the varieties I would have liked to have taken. This is Happy Champagne, or one that has a tendency to go over size if you're not careful. So I really need to grow more up on this one. Last week they were pretty dirty at the back, but that's nice and clean. Strong grower, gets up to around about 4.5 foot with us. Then Le Feu de Soleil, which is best on a side bud. Otherwise it's got a very heavy centre. Superb colour on it, but the plants are low. My favourite one is this one coming up, which is Normandy Delight. As you can see, we're not doing any more disbudding at the moment. This should have been done a few weeks ago, just been so busy. But that's the sort of bloom you can expect from there. In fact, the centre's not particularly good on that one, and you can see a few gaps on it, which is not like ideal, but still my favourite one. It's trying to sport for us, and then we're getting this white flush on it, white tipped and yellow base, which we've had before, but it doesn't work. We can't secure it and stabilise it. Normandy Frills, probably regarded as one of the best of the Fims, has a very good outline to the flower. Very fine petals, and that there is a very decent bloom of it. Gets good depth. There's a couple more Normandy Delight there, and then colour wise, a lot of people like this Normandy Wedding Day. This very pale blush pink. These are just coming into full flush now. Although I've got them planted outside, we forgot to plant this in here, so they didn't go in till about the second week in July, hence the late flowering of it. Much stronger stems on it than normal, and a very good outline and good depth to it. So probably the best blooms of that I have ever had. Sometimes it can be a bit weak stem, but it's fine this year. The latest flowering on them all is Kenora Macot B, which is a very intense dark red, almost black shadings. So that's the ones we catalogue, and then we've got some that we're trialling here. So we've got Winky Volcano, which is from the late John Menzel in Australia. An unusual, vibrant, I'm not quite sure what colour to describe it, but really stands out when you're looking along the beds. But with that silvery reverse on the petal, it doesn't do it for me, that one. Just a little bit loose. And this one is coming up here now. It's a very tall growing one and gets a big size. This is Sandia Comanche. Very loose outline, flame colour, orange with the yellow base, but you can see that. Certainly wouldn't go in amongst my competitive ones because the blooms are just too big. Probably have a job keeping those down. Then we had this sport of red of Le Feu de Soleil, which is selected, but it's much shorter than even the parent, and again a very heavy centre, although not quite as bad as Le Feu. And the blooms are smaller, maybe only about sort of 6-7 inches across. Then we have Jenny, which initially seemed to be going very soft at the back. but much better now. Quite free flowering, good size. And you see I had them all late because half of them haven't been disbudded at all. This is Johnny P, which is a good vibrant pink. Again, didn't have many of this. I need to, if I grow this again, got to make sure I stop it a little bit earlier. And that's a Jenny behind it there, just to the left. And then this one I was sent stock of, and thank you very much. This is Happy Perfect, which it is almost perfect. Although I only managed to get 4 plants of it out, I would have liked to have had a few more. Certainly want to try that again. And then there's the a few Johnny P growing outside. So they've had 3 days of wind on them, and as you can see it's still very windy, so they're getting a bit blown to bits out here, sadly. So for me Fims this year, it's a case of try again, but must try harder and get the timings right. As if there was a show this weekend, that'd probably be alright.